Woo! Vlogmas day 9. Let's go. Oh, it's still good. Only thing is the ND filter. The magnetic ND filter just came off, but it's still good. Woo! Christmas came early, guys. Got 2 packages here. Let's see what's inside. Just kidding. So these are some books. I gotta do some returns on these books because they were the wrong ones. So let's go get the right ones. Now there's some days that parking is a nightmare and you'll just never find parking. But then there's just those one days where you're like, man, how did I get this spot right here? Right in front of where you're going. You know, I find it funny because I don't like going to the post office. It's never fun. It's kind of like the DMV. Like you're just standing in line and it's really quiet and there's this like old Deftone music that's always playing in the background somewhere, and then you get one person out of, you know, everyone that's in line that always gets upset because they got to pay for shipping or they got to pay to get it shipped out or something like that. So yeah, I don't like the post office, man. You know, we're only like 2.5 weeks from Christmas, man, but the weather's still really nice. Like, I'm loving it. It's not too cold, not too hot. Feels pretty good. So I've been watching a lot of videos and trying to get a lot of information on how people kind of stay productive, and I'm looking into 2025 and not just be more productive, but also be a lot more, you know, strategic. How my day is going to be planned and how, you know, how I got to get things done, when I got to get things done. And, you know, my wife has been telling me a lot about, you know, journaling to be able to clear my mind, because I'm the type of person that has been like this for so long, where I've just been this like go with the flow kind of guy. To a certain degree, you know, it only gets you so far, to the point where, you know, you can't just always go with the flow. You know what you're going to do in the day, prioritize, you know, things that need to be done. And that's one thing I've always kind of like, you know, been a big mess on. And my wife is always, you know, she knows what she's going to do the next day. She knows what she needs to do, and she knows what, you know, needs to be prioritized. So that's what I've always looked up to her about. And it's a good thing that we kind of balance each other out with one being prioritized and one kind of being, you know, hey, let's do this. So with that, she's kind of helping me clear my thoughts with journaling and clearing my thoughts with, you know, understanding what needs to be done the next day. So that way, if anything goes wrong or if something doesn't fall through, or move on to the next checklist that I got to get accomplished. That's one thing I'm looking forward to in 2025, is preparing myself now. Because I don't want to be that New Year's resolution guy that says, oh, I'm going to wait till January 1st and then start. No, I kind of want to already start building this mindset to be able to know what I'm going to get myself into, and know that I have to prepare myself mentally, emotionally, spiritually for those kind of things. Because if you don't prepare yourself, you're only going to hit a wall, or you're going to plateau. You're going to find yourself capping out in February. So I want to make it a lifestyle to be able to prioritize my day, to be able to understand what's going to happen in my day, and if something doesn't fall through, I can move on to the next, you know, thing on my checklist. And then top it off, like with work, so many things could go wrong, with a van breaking down, a driver calling off, or all the patients kind of, you know, ready to go home at the same time. So I have to also understand that, you know, whatever I have planned for the day, I also have to plan for the unexpected of, you know, work. And knowing how work is always unpredictable every single day, even though we might have the same patients, the same route, whatever, it kind of comes down to this, like, being mentally balanced to the point where, if something tries to tip you off that balance, you know how you're mentally strong enough to be able to kind of, stabilize it again. So that's the mind state and the mental health that I want to get myself to. And I also have to be strong at saying no. I have to have the willpower to be able to say no. I want to be able to say no, because I find myself, being easily pushed over. And I mean, it could be with anything. It could be a family matter, it could be a party, it could be, just anything. And I find myself kind of in this predicament where it's not necessarily like, I'm trying to be the weakest link, so I'm not going to say no. It's more like I want to say no for my mental health. I want to say no for being sober minded, for my family, for my kids. And I always kind of get caught up in this, like, yeah, let's do it, let's go, making agreements or arrangements to things that I can't even live up to because, I don't have the time, or I don't have the finances. I get so caught up on social media, and that's the reason why I don't have an Instagram. That's why I don't have Snapchat. That's why I don't have, Facebook or anything like that, because I kind of get caught up with seeing what everybody else is doing and seeing what everyone else is getting and where they're going and stuff like that. And I kind of look at my own situation and I'm like, why aren't we doing that? Or why don't I have that? And I don't want to be like that, because it takes me down this rabbit hole that I'm trying to either be somebody I'm not, or I'm trying to do something that is going to be detrimental to my family. And that's what I don't want. So that's the reason why my mental clarity, my mental health, my mental stability, my mental strength is key right now. And that's what I'm going into 2025 with, focusing on my mental health. Let's get a workout session. Let's go. So the one thing I love about back day, because it's such large muscles, that it gives you a really good pump. You're doing lower, mid, upper, just the way the blood flow is to your upper body, it kind of fills you up and you feel full, and then you feel good, and then it feels like you can just crush it at the gym. So I love back day. All right, you guys, thank you for checking in. Vlogmas day 9. It's a wrap.